In this video, I'm quickly walking you through the process of taking a 3D spinning object created in Blender and exporting it and importing it to After Effects to use it as a corner bug asset for your asset library. There's just a few simple steps. Okay, so we are starting in Blender with our 3D icon. Here, I have the ampersand from my channel logo. It's a curve outline imported from Illustrator, then extruded with a texture applied, rotating on the X and Z axis. First, let's make sure our output settings are correct. Go to the Scene menu and then go down to Output. Make sure the destination is set. If not, click on the folder icon and choose or make the directory where you want the files to be. Then click Accept. To import this object into After Effects, we need to export it as an image sequence. So let's make sure the settings are right for a transparent image sequence. We want the media type to be image, the file format to be PNG, and the color space to be RGBA. RGBA stands for red, green, blue, and alpha. The alpha channel is the transparent layer within the image. Make sure you have the right frame rate set to match your project, so from the drop-down, select what you need. I'm using 30 frames per second. When our image exports, we want to make sure we cannot see the 3D world from Blender, so we need to make sure our export ignores this. To do this, go to your Scene settings and then find the Film section. Within here, you should see a transparent tick box. Tick it. Now the preview should show your 3D element without any background. With all our output settings done, we can now start the export. From the Render menu, choose Render Animation. Blender will now immediately start rendering each individual frame to the destination we specified. So depending on the length of your animation and speed of your computer, this might take a while. After the first couple of frames are done, check the output to ensure everything is as expected and avoid wasting render time. My total render time was 55 minutes, with each frame taking on average 16 seconds to render. So it's important to remember to only export the frames you need. Let's head over to After Effects now and import our image sequence. In my After Effects file, I have a templated folder structure, so all my files look the same. This helps keep things organized. I've made a video on how to set this up, so check that out after this video if you want to smooth out your workflow. I'll put a link in the description. So in the image folder, let's create a folder to import our images into. I will call it ampersand. To import, either go to File, then Import, or Command+I, and go to your folder and select all the images in the sequence. Once they have imported into your project, select them all, making sure to do it in numerical order, and drag them into a new composition by dropping them on the New Composition icon. For the new composition settings, first make sure Single Composition is selected, that the still duration is set to 1 frame, and that Sequence Layers is ticked. After Effects will then create your sequence, and it will do it based on the order you selected the images, which is why it's important to do them in order initially. Your animation should now play as expected. Let's do some quick housekeeping to keep things tidy and organized. Let's rename this composition from 0001 to frames, and then let's put the composition in another composition called ampersand. This way, the 198 layers in the frames file don't clog up our main timeline. Then we will move the two compositions into the pre-comps folder so they are easy to find later on. Next, let's just check our 3D spinning icon is transparent by adding a quick gradient background. Create a new solid. Then go to the Effects and add a 4-color gradient effect. Let's just quickly change the colors to make it look a little nicer. Great. Okay, let's set this animation up as a corner bug. First, drag the ampersand composition into a new composition and call it Corner Bug. Using Scale on the comp, S on the keyboard, or open the transform properties, shrink the object down to the correct size. We also just need to jump into the ampersand composition and disable the background we used to test the opacity. Now that's done, let's reduce the size some more and position it in the corner. It's not that important, but I've noticed that the ampersand composition is 16 by 9, when it would make more sense to be 1:1 or square. So let's quickly jump into that composition again and fix that. Open the composition settings, Command-Control+K on the keyboard, and change the width and height. Also unticking the lock aspect ratio box to allow this. Now our composition is square, we can use the Align tools to position it in the top right. All that is left to do now is to export the file so we can use it in our Premiere Pro, Final Cut, DaVinci Resolve or CapCut projects. Go to Composition in the top menu, then select Add to Media Encoder queue. Once Media Encoder starts up, let's quickly change a few settings to ensure the file exports perfectly. We need to make sure our export is transparent so that we can overlay it onto footage. So let's choose QuickTime as the format. Then in the presets, I will select Apple ProRes 4444 with alpha. And finally, choose a location for the file to be saved. Then hit play to start the render. Once it's done, open the file to check it, and we are good to go. And that's it. You can now use that file in any video project. We went through some basic tasks: exporting an image sequence from Blender, importing image sequences in After Effects, and exporting a file with transparency from After Effects. All simple tasks that you will use all the time. If you found this useful, drop a like. And if you want a deeper dive into Blender or After Effects workflows, let me know in the comments. I'll see you in the next one.